Let's go.
Hi everybody, I'm Honey. I'm here with Matseho. We're in the second match of the King of Games tournament for our Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression server on Discord. Link in the description below.
I need
Here
to
we have
add
with
that,
us,
yeah.
yeah,
Sorry. I haven't added the Discord yet, but yeah, it's me, Matt, with Honey,
here
and
with us is Cypress and Pana, and Pana seems to be playing a Gravekeeper strategy versus Cypress, who is playing
some
Empty
books.
Jar.
Some books I've seen. And we
Yeah,
are
Book of
going right into
Time,
this with
Blue
an
Monster
upstart
Goblin.
goblin.
Yep.
So 2 jars, 2 books, and another upstart. Okay.
He's got a morphine. He's got a cyber jar and a book of Taiyu, book of Moon.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, gonna
Already,
get sick.
already flipping it up. He
Yep,
does not care about anything. He just goes straight for it.
yep. I mean, with the amount of gas he has in his hand.
Yeah.
Oh god, and the stuff he draws right here: shallow grave, thunder.
Okay,
Yeah,
true.
sure. You can have
Got it.
all these things on the
Oh,
field. It's
wait,
not gonna do anything.
wait. Zook can't be special summoned. Why is it on the field?
Yes, Tsukiyomi cannot be special summoned. That is a misplay.
Okay, he already fixed it. Okay, sorry. He
It's
already
okay.
goes back in the end. All good, all good. They can read. So,
Thunder Dragon to add some cards back to hand. God, it's
problem,
such a full grip here.
problem for Cypress is he already set the monster this turn. So,
But he has a shallow grave in hand.
Shadow Grave and drag down to the grave. So, depending on if he sets the Shadow Grave and lets Pana discard the Morphin Jar and he can special summon it back, that would be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Set the Book of Moon and the shallow grave.
And then go for the drag down to get the Morphin Jar in the grave. Oh,
Yep.
reload! Okay, never mind. He's just gonna refresh his hand
Yeah, I mean, he's got a big hand right there.
for 7.
7 cards. He drew 5 cards off of that Cyber Jar.
True. Come on, one more. Okay. Card destruction. Okay.
Yep.
That's nasty.
And the Thunder Dragon again, which you can.
Discard for just 1 because it says
Yep.
up to 2.
Yep.
Set in 2. And card destruction for 5. And how many is it? 3, 6, 8 cards for Pana.
It's already like a third of his deck is fourth of his deck is already gone.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's another card destruction for 8. Really?
And
Wow.
a giant Trunade as well.
Does it still have the Shadow Grave? Yeah,
He
I
has the
think
shallow grave,
it's in the
yeah,
back
so
in the it's back in the deck, right? No, it's set. Is it set? I don't remember.
it's set. It's the second one set.
Oh yeah, that's a
He's got a
drag down. Yeah, but not the Shadow Grave.
no. He's got a he's got a Book of Taiyu and a drag down. So he just needs to get a shallow grave. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna bounce them back up to his hand again.
So he has one less. Okay, one less card to discard out of card destruction. Okay.
That's interesting. Maybe yeah, he just wanted to get rid of um, the drag down. I guess I'm not sure why.
Also, Pana, what's kind of is this Grave Creeper Burn with Des Koala and Matata? What the hell is he
Yeah,
playing?
it's Pana's playing a very interesting deck all in his own. With yeah, he's got Days Koala, Ceasefire.
Matata the
He threw
Zappa.
into the shallow grave.
He has still a Book of Tayo back.
Yeah.
There you go. Book of Tayu on the Cyberchar. So I think this game proves why card destruction needs to be limited. It's at semi here. Wow. 5 spells out of this.
Yeah, he's running a very light deck in terms of creatures. I mean, he already got rid of all the most of all the Thunder Dragons, and he's already got three Morphine Jars in the graveyard.
Wait, is this
Like,
game already? Spell reproduction for card destruction?
yeah,
That's game.
this is game.
This is game. Wow.
Cypress just FTK'd him.
With empty jar.
Yep, empty jar FTK. Cypress just FTK'd somebody in King of Games. I think this is literally the first time an FTK has been pulled off in King of Games.
Not gonna lie, after I've seen his deck at 8, I thought the chances of him still winning, after not even getting a turn, were slim to none. But FTK in here. Okay.
Yeah, it's insane.
Think I've seen everything, and that's I think the reason why card destruction is to be limited.
I think it. I'm not sure card destruction needs to be the one that needs to be limited.
What else? Book of Tayu, Book of Moon.
Cyberjar could probably get a ban. It's broken enough as it is.
Yeah, I would argue for that too.
I mean, Cyberjar was the big broken card, just drawing 5 cards.
True, if you think about it. Yeah, yeah. So how's gonna Pana react to this? He probably goes first now and hopes for a good starting hand to counter
But
this
yeah, his
kind of
deck is definitely
thing.
one that wants to go first. All those traps and set flip monsters.
I still wanna see the deck getting pulled off with Matata, Destrala, and the Gravekeepers. Like, and
Yeah,
I just don't see the synergy yet. But maybe if it gets pulled off, I see that. But
might just be running just all the best burn cards. And then the Gravekeepers is just a control package to be able to buffer his life total.
also like a control burn kind of.
Yeah, a pillow fort burn strategy.
Hmm. Then what's the Matata doing here?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Pana.
Oh, is this some kind of control burn strategy with Matata the Zappa and a few equips to get to even attack under gravity bind and level limiter?
That could
Like
work.
what?
Hey, getting under level limiter that's a not it's not a bad idea. Just having something that can just smash over things.
Okay, now we are downsizing and game 2 is about to start.
Yep.
What? Have you seen Necromannequin already, or is it just now that I'm
I
looking at
think
it?
he sided he I don't know why he had this in his side deck to begin with, but yeah, this just instantly shuts down Empty Jar.
Uh, amazing. I don't know what to say, and he even didn't even go first.
No,
Wow.
he was completely relying on just drawing the Necomane.
These are some top level plays, not gonna lie. Who would have
And
thought that?
Cypress just passes the turn over to him. I guess because he doesn't have a book of Taiyu, he doesn't want to risk anything.
So he either FTKs or doesn't play.
Yeah.
So let's see.
And the ceasefire is also ceasefire instantly counters the
Flip
empty jar
effects.
stuff as well because it negates flip effects.
Yep. There's a level limit, speaking of. So he went from FTK to a more controlled kind of strategy, right? I think with the level limit. Or maybe he had it, but we just haven't seen it.
He might have cited it in the level limit thinking that he was going to be like under a lot of hate.
Hmm. Interesting that he didn't set one card destruction so he can pull off the other, but I guess because Pana only had two cards in hand.
Yeah, he can't deck Pana out at this point, so he's got to use these card destructions conservatively. But I'm surprised he set the breaker, because it only gets the counter when it's normal summoned.
He didn't set it, the Book of Moon said it.
Oh right, yeah, it's the Book of Moon said it. Right, I'm an idiot.
No problem. So now he bounces back his breaker so he can summon it. Let's change the defense and breaks the level limit. Yeah.
Yep.
So the floodgate is out of the way.
A very
Ups.
interesting floodgate because like we see right now, even if you can pop it, it still saves you at least a turn, as opposed to like Gravity Bind, where if you pop the
Mm-hmm.
Gravity Bind, you can just attack immediately.
Yep. Yeah.
Level limit will at least like stall out even if it dies.
And he left an open field. Wow. Okay. Destroyer can punch some holes in this deck.
Yeah,
If it's a fact, if Cypress doesn't set something now or use something now, it's 2400, still 2000 damage here.
yeah.
Okay,
It's interesting to see. Pana's deck is honestly like it got blown out by the sheer fact of Cypress playing an FTK deck for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a really weird and interesting strategy that's just really interesting to see play off.
Look, ceasefire is actually gonna work, and Cypress got it burned.
Yep,
So is it
but
game 2 already? I think
inflict
it
500
is.
to your opponent for each effect monster on the field. That's 15. Gets to be he's gonna run over with the Guess Koala and then
Oh,
punch the
never mind. Compulse it and game.
Yep. He just burned him to death.
Uh, I was saying I wanted to see this deck show off. It did show off. Like
Yeah,
it's not
I mean,
really.
to be fair, both players are playing like in a way they are both the bad guys because one of them is playing Burn and the other one is playing an FDK. Like neither player here is the good guy in terms of the format.
But it's just interesting to watch because you don't see that FTK getting pulled off too often.
Mhm.
And the burn kind of strategy combined with the Grave Keepers is a deck you've not ever seen, but the effect of the burns that you've seen in the last few, like in the last turn, how many burn damage you did? Destruala 1600, Ceasefire 1500. That's already nearly half of your life points there.
Yeah,
So like the burn really adds up quickly, and the Grave Keepers are just like I think some kind of stall measurements with the spies and the guards to get him to the burn cards. So it looks like a fake Grave Keepers deck. Like we haven't seen other cards besides spy and guard yet, which speaking of he just drew. But now he's deciding to go first, which made sense, but he's starting hand all monsters against this FTK.
he's got
And
a brick full of monsters. That's not something you want to see against MTGR.
in a format like this, it's usually good to have a good mix of monsters, spells, and traps in your starting hand.
But yeah, against this specifically.
And it is especially against this starting hand from Cypress. Like this card in your hand, draw 5.
It just that is brutal right there.
Can we see the Necromana can get him pulled off now? I think not, because there are not enough options here to get this Morphincha once again set.
No, there's no Book of Moon.
Hmm. Two
They kind
solemns?
of whiffed there. He didn't draw any way to flip the Morphing Jar back down. He could activate the level limit, I guess. He could also just activate the reload to try to give him a second shot.
Or, his set card destructions.
That's true too. Just try
He,
to pressure for more. I mean, yeah, if he activates the card destruction, yeah, sets the shallow grave. Yeah, he's gonna set the shallow grave, activate card destruction.
wait a
Um,
second. Wait a second. One card destruction in wave. One is set. And one in hand. Are they actually unlimited? What the?
yeah, because no one plays empty jar right now at the moment. There's no reason to ban or limit the card in any way. Nobody's playing the card.
There you have your reason.
We are very
There.
conservative with what cards get hit in our format. Unless the card is actually seeing play, we're not going to hit it.
And then you've got this kind of thing happening.
I, I'm surprised he didn't set the Book of Taiyu as well, but
Also, Necromanikin just ended the turn. So you saved him.
yeah.
Necromanikin, ladies and gentlemen. I've never seen this card getting pulled off. Wait, is it Necromanikin? Is it even if it's destroyed by battle? Because it only says.
During the opponent's turn, when this card in your possession is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect.
Okay.
So if they destroy it with a card effect, or if they send it, or if they discard it with a card effect, it
Okay.
works. If it's run over by battle, nothing happens.
Okay. Because I believe Joey Wheeler used this card once. I think in the Orichalcos saga, but it's filler.
That makes so much sense that Joey would be the one to use this card.
I think he used it against Mai, but the Harpies just went over it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 0/0 monster.
Yeah, but I think actually. Oh, right. There was this one Harpy card, I think, that destroyed all of Joey's monsters, and he said this, so he saved him.
I see.
I think
But
that.
he's got a Solemn Judgment and a Ceasefire, so that's a pretty good counter to any of Cypress's shenanigans.
Too bad the other two Solemns are in the grave. Oh,
Yeah.
he just normals this Koala. Okay.
It'll run over anything he has.
Ceasefire? 1000? Ceasefire and Just Assets are really underrated, I think. They can pull off so
Oh no,
much of
Ceasefire
damage.
is very good. I especially think it's very good against Gravekeepers, which is a very popular archetype right now in the format.
Mm-hmm. And Just Assets, I think, is a bit underrated because, the Scapegoats 2000 damage already.
Mm-hmm. Scapegoats. No, Ceasefire only deals damage equal to the number of effect monsters, so it
Yeah,
doesn't do anything against
yeah.
Scapegoats.
That's why I think Just Assets is also underrated. Because
Yeah,
that doesn't care about effect monsters, it just cares about how many monsters your opponent has.
yeah.
Heavy Storm in this FTK. Interesting. Probably to get rid of some Solemns or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
He's gonna solemn the heavy storm, I guess. Yeah, because if he needs the royal oppression in order to stop the FTK from going off.
Compulse. Book of Moon is to Aquala. Yeah. Flips it up for 400 damage. I'm not sure if I would agree with this Book of Moon here.
Yeah, it's only gonna do 400. That seems. I mean, Cypress is not going to be using any of those stuff. Like, he's not going to have that many cards in his hand at any time anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like the best he's going to get, and it's not like the Book of Moon's going to be useful on the opponent's stuff, because he wants his stuff face down so he can flip it back up.
Yep. I guess. I mean, if you knew that there's a chop back in defense, so you can just try to get a little bit burning.
Mhm. Ooh, a
I get.
Jinzo.
I guess
That's
that
something
makes
really
sense.
good to summon right now. He's just gonna pass.
Do you think Cypress has game here?
Cypress, let's see. He's got a shallow grave, two shallow graves, and a monster reborn. That seems like he's got game, but does he have any Tayus? He does not have any Book of Tayus. And there's
Who?
a Royal Oppression, so the Royal Oppression is going to just straight up negate the shallow grave. So he needs to use, um, he doesn't have any way of getting rid of that Royal Oppression at the moment.
Okay, he
Okay,
probably
driving down,
doesn't have game.
cycle through a little more.
He just used the level limit and now that back down. Okay. So he just left him all the reborn options.
Yeah, two shallows and a reborn.
I
If you
think
if
Cypress option is clearly Jinzo here, I would say.
Yeah, the Jinzo is the best one for Cypress to grab, and for Pana, he's gonna have to get rid of that Monster Reborn just because he has two Shallow Graves, so getting rid of one's not gonna be a problem.
Hmm.
And he knows that if he gets rid of the Jinzo, that Monster Reborn can just take it and it will shut off his
Oh,
Royal Oppression.
okay, he's gonna discard the Necromane for some
Huh?
reason.
That is interesting.
So his turn ends after Pana discards the Monster Reborn, I guess.
He's gonna, yeah, it's weird choice.
He's checking the graveyard for
Oh, he
Reborn.
has this Royal Decree also that he can use to negate the Royal Oppression.
Okay, spell reproduction. The best top that I think you can have right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, online phase, yeah. Oh, right, you can't use spell reproduction now because Necromane.
Yeah. Maybe he just got rid of the Nekomane so that he could try again next turn.
Is this game? No, he has Book of Moon left. Okay.
No, because he has the Royal Decree to negate it.
Oh, right, you can use it too. Right, right.
Oh yeah, you can use Royal Oppression too. And that's another interesting thing. Using Royal Oppression in a burn deck just means that every time they try to stop any of your plays, they're doing work for you.
Mm-hmm. But in this case,
Surprised he did, though.
it trusts
I'm
into the
surprised
game probably.
I'm surprised he paid for the Royal Oppression and didn't just activate Royal Decree.
Uh, I think he still knew that he had a Jinzo in hand. That's why I think.
Oh, true.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Okay, scientist. What's scientist gonna do here?
I'm not sure. Let's see. Is he good? He's activating it.
They're both thinking. We use Cinch.
Yeah, he's thinking if he wants to use Royal Pressure or not. Okay, he's allowing it.
Book of Moon, okay. On the Senshi or the Destruala? Tuala, okay. Orama is talking. Senshi doesn't negate spells, yeah.
Yeah.
It only
He only
negates.
negates normal traps, which there aren't any. The only normal trap is Compulse.
And he negates spells that target it, but it doesn't target it.
Yeah.
So Cypress being down at 1400 against a kind of burn deck, and Destruala and Scientist together can win him the game now. Does he? Yeah,
Except he has this Book of Moon.
he has to book the Koala here.
Yep.
So if Cypress wants to win, he has to do it next turn. But two of
Yep.
his cards in hand are being able to be negated by Royal Oppression.
The Royal Decree will negate both the Royal Oppression and the Compulse.
So he, huh, D3 and then try to get some. Okay, this is D3. Okay.
Draws a reload.
Does he want to compul something? Not yet.
He can't Compulse.
Oh, I thought on the chain on the Royal Decree, but
No.
he didn't. Okay.
Not sure what he would want to Compulse there.
Probably the Scientist, so he doesn't. He, if he wants to summon a monster, he kind of. But it doesn't matter against FTK.
Yeah, Cypress's empty jar isn't going to run over anything.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's got a. He has a he has a Shallow Grave and a Monster Reborn.
Reload probably the worst top deck in this kind of scenario. Like once he passes and he can't set all of his cards, he's gonna have a problem. Okay, so
He needs that spell reproduction. What can spell reproduction grab back? It can grab back okay, he's gonna Shallow Grave first.
Sabercha, okay. His
But
back row
he doesn't have a way to
is
flip
card
it.
destruction. Okay.
Oh no, he can grab a Book of Taiyu with spell reproduction.
And he still has card destruction in set.
Yeah, he does. But yeah, he's gonna get Book of Taiyu back.
So now it depends on what cards they are drawing.
Yeah. Okay. No reborn options, but he's got an Upstart Goblin, and the Drag Down will cycle.
Don't forget he still has the card destruction set, so if he gets a few more
Oh.
cards on Pana's hand, he can card destruction here.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna use Upstart first and drag down, I think, so he can dive a little bit deeper into this deck.
Yeah, because they're just gonna cycle both of the. Drag Down won't completely cycle, but Upstart will.
Yeah.
But it will help dig twice deep. He'll have and
Does Trunate do anything here?
Trunade will put Royal Oppression and Compulse back into the hand.
Oh,
And then if
why? Yeah, yeah. So you can card
he has 10
destruction for
cards in
two more.
hand, and he has 6 cards in hand currently. And if he uses the Drag Down, he'll be at 9. I
Only
think,
one more card, and
yeah,
he
he
has a
only needs to get him to draw one more card and he wins.
MST. Good choice. He could have had MST to avoid. No, wait, he couldn't. Never mind. He drew MST out of Cyberchar. Okay. Yeah. He had the three monsters in hand.
Mm-hmm. Not really anything that kind of really needs to like he's
This.
dead. He's gonna be dead in a second. He because like
Oh, yep. There it is. Drag down once more. Try and tunate get two cards back in hand. Card destruction for the zero cards, and then win the game here. What a
mhm.
comeback!
Yeah, was at literally he's only at 1,100 life points. And Cypress manages to pull the game away with no real monsters in his deck at all.
How long is this single turn going on right now?
It's insane.
Let me see. Um, this is still turn 16, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
This turn is now over 5 minutes.
Cypress has to set his own card just so he doesn't accidentally deck out.
Damn. So we have the final now, finale against Cypress and Lord Harriman, which
Yep.
we've seen in both games how amazing they are at a comeback.
Mm-hmm.
Like Cypress, this turn here just proved how witty he is with this kind of strategy. Also,
Cypress and Harriman are also just our top players in the format overall. Like these two have been
agree.
consistently fighting over the King of Games status forever now.
Yeah. And as we've seen in these two games, they are playing against each other in the finale once again. And I'm seeing a Berserk Gorilla here. I have no idea why.
Huh?
I'm seeing a Berserk Gorilla in this deck. Has to
Oh
in
yeah. For some reason Pana included a Berserk Gorilla for I do not know why, but he included it. Maybe he just wanted an aggressive beater for his burn deck.
and so we've seen Necromantican in these games, but it still is not enough to beat Empty Jar. Wow.
No. I mean, well, we saw that Pana almost got a almost won this match.
Yeah, he
Like,
just needed one more turn, I think.
like if it wasn't for that Book of Moon, Cypress would have lost.
So to be fair, this game was really close in Cyprus' favor. Like he
Hmm.
won with an amazing comeback, but I could have seen Pana getting the win, especially as his Destroyer was set and Cyprus had a few breaks in hand. And in the other
Like,
game, if just Scapegoat were set, he would have won as well. So you see how high the competitive level is in these games when the games come
yes,
down to if I set Scapegoat or you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, no, it's just a
damn.
single mistake costs all the match. Like these are high stake games. Like these players are playing at the top of the level.
And you definitely see why. With
Hmm.
every little mistake. And
But
that's what I really love about this format. It's so competitive. Even
oh
if you see
yeah,
like this stupid FTK in game one. Like it shouldn't really exist, but it happened and it was funny to watch. But still, you've seen
I mean,
like game
yeah, also
three.
this is such an incredibly complex deck with so many moving parts and pieces that like it could only have been piloted by Cypress here.
As I think the same goes for Pana with his burn slash gravekeeper slash aggro, whatever mix it is. It worked in game two.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we saw it. All the pieces come together. And for those curious and are salty that Pana got FTK'd, we will play the match, the losers bracket match between Pana and Not So Fast, so you can see those two decks try to redeem themselves later on.
Once more. But we will see that in another video. So we've got this game in this one, the other one in the other one. So yeah. Uh,
And if anybody here is inspired by these high level gameplay and formats and the diversity of deck lists, we are always accepting new members.
that's true. Anyway, I hope you had fun watching this. I definitely had because I had not seen these games yet. And damn was I shocked on how close these are. But we already talked about that. Anyway, I think that's it from this video. Do you have anything else to say?
Nope.
Okay.
Um,
Uh,
See you
so,
around, everybody, and
see
have a
ya.
fun time.
Bye bye.